Hello. I think I should have everything in order this time. So maybe a no scuff start this time. But anyways, I'm gonna be reading some SCP logs today, so I can practice my sight reading and getting used to talking on stream more often. Double check. Oh god. Nope. Still the same as the last two. Okay. I think we're good. Ooh. Gonna read some random ones. Oh god. SCP-1168. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1168 is stored within a hermetically sealed containment unit in Sector 1-19. Ooh. Personnel assigned to Sector-19 must not fit Profile Alpha-1168, see Addendum 1, or Profile Beta-1168, see Addendum 2. Description: SCP-1168 is a copper sculpture, identical to the work Statue of Theseus by Georgios Vitalis, with the following deviations. Dating indicates it was created at least blank years after the genuine sculpture. In the sculpture's left hand are 30 silver coins dating from CA 30, stamped with a 1977 design of Chuck E. Cheese game tokens. Inscribed on the outer side of Theseus' shield is the phrase... Can't read that. Inscribed on the inner side of the Theseus shield is the phrase Sic Domino Savum Prostravit Corpore Thesevs from Catalyst 64. The inscription appears to have been engraved some time after acquisition. It is currently unknown how this engraving occurred. SCP-1168 displays no anomalous properties while inactive. The object activates whenever 170 or more meters of yarn is placed into the sculpture's right hand. SCP-1168 closes its right hand around the yarn. The yarn is annihilated by anomalous means. The object enters a pending state. When SCP-1168 is in a pending state, it will appear inactive until a human subject fitting Profile Alpha-1168 or Profile Beta-1168 enters SCP-1168's radius of effect. Jesus. When a human subject fitting Alpha-1168 enters SCP-1168's area of effect, SCP-1168 will unclench its right hand and move its right arm to point its tertiary finger in the direction of subject for at least 5 seconds, after which it will return to its pending state. Subject is subsequently designated SCP-1168-1. When a human subject fitting Profile Beta-1168 enters SCP-1168's area of effect, SCP-1168 will move its left arm to point 2 fingers in the direction of subject for at least 10 seconds, after which it will return to its inactive state. Subject is subsequently designated SCP-1168-2. When SCP-1168-1 and SCP-1168-2 simultaneously exit SCP-1168 will deactivate, and SCP-1168-1 will instantly materialize a wooden club and be encased in a 3 meter and a 3 by 3 by 3 meter cube of ice. SCP-1168-2 will seek instances of SCP-1168-1, and initiate ritualized interactions. See Addendum 3. After completion, SCP-1168-2 ceases designation. The ice surrounding SCP-1168-1 is impervious to any interference and melts at a rate of 176 milliliters per day. After SCP-1168-1 is free of the ice, subject ceases designation. I guess we'll read the addendums. That didn't work. Oh, click them. Profile Alpha 1168. Subjects have public records of any list of sex crimes. See Document Alpha 1168 for a list of currently known crimes which fulfill the criterion. Addendum 2. Profile Beta 1168. Subjects are blonde Caucasian men aged 15 to 18. All subjects are in their junior year of high school. Addendum 3. Oh, it's a little story. Forward. Log of interaction appears similar to the scene from the video The Misadventures of Skooks, Part 3 of 6, from YouTube user Orpheus FTW. SCP-1168-2 faces SCP-1168-1 from its left side. Begin log. SCP-1168-2. Boy, I'm glad he's frozen in there. And that we're sick out here. And that SCP-1168-1 materializes a brown Stetson on its head and a golden badge in the shape of a six-pointed star on its breast. SCP-1168-2. He's the sheriff, and SCP-1162 develops a thin layer of frost around its skin. SCP-1168-2. That's where frozen out here, and that. SCP-1168-2 teleports into SCP-1168-1's block of ice. This does not hinder SCP-1168-2's speech, which originates from its position at the start of the interaction. SCP-1168-2, where in there, and I just remembered. SCP-1168-2 teleports into its initial position. SCP-1168-2, that we're out here, but what I want to know is where's the sex offender? End log. Just adjusting. Forward, on, redacted, 20, redacted. SCP-1168 was on public display in the Syntagma Square in Athens, Greece. It is currently unknown when SCP-1168 replaced the original sculpture. According to the eyewitness account, the interview subject approached SCP-1168, after which the subject entered an active state and selected SCP-1168-1 and SCP-1168-2 from nearby individuals. Interview subject was taken into custody by redacted police along with 11 other witnesses. Begin log, time 0300. Nope, wrong time. Skip it. Agent O. Redacted. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Jude Kriot, okay? Agent redacted. Your name is Jude Kriot, correct? Kriot, yeah? Agent redacted. You're a student from redacted? No, it says redacted. Kriot was not really doing much these days. What? Agent redacted. Why did you do something to the statue? Kriot, the statue? I thought this was about the dude freeze. Agent redacted. Please answer the question, Mr. Kriot. Kriot. Sorry, I got the ladder from an old teacher. He had stuff, you know? He told me to do it, or that stuff would, this stuff would be aired. We sent some letters back and forth, and I was asking how he'd know. He dodged it by saying he had friends in the area. Agent redacted. Do you still have these letters? Kriot. I've only got a few left. I took to burning them after a bit, but I can get them if... Agent redacted. That won't be necessary. Thank you. A raid on Mr. Kriot's home after interview discovered letters confirming correspondence with said teacher. Ashes were found in the trash can. Agent redacted. Could you describe this man to me? Kriot. Okay. Old white dude. Probably in his 70s. Grey hair. Pretty long. Usually wears a ponytail. Description and letters correspond to POI redacted. Former teacher at redacted. Agent redacted. Do you know why he wanted to place the yarn on the statue? Well, Kriot. Well, he knew me, and he knew he had me by the balls. Agent redacted. Allow me to rephrase. Do you know his reasoning for wanting the yarn placed on the statue? Kriot. Yeah, he mentioned that it was a metaphor or something. He was a sucker for pompous gestures. Agent. It's alright. Could you explain what you mean by appeal? Kriot. Well, you know, Theseus killed the Minotaur. Dude's old. Told me his health wasn't the best. Thought maybe this would make the old gods happy or something. He, also knew my health wasn't the best. Mentioned something about it doing the same for me. Agent redacted. Were you expecting the statue to move? What? Kriot. What? Agent. Did you think the statue would move? Kriot. Oh. Agent. We have witness saying the statue pointed at Mr. Redacted and Mr. Redacted. Interviewer remains silent for 1 minute. Agent. Are you alright, Mr. Kriot? Kriot. No, I'm not alright. Agent. Would you like to take a moment? Kriot. Pause. No, I can continue. Agent. Why the silence? Kriot. I'm sorry, it reminded me of some shit. Agent. Some shit? Kriot. Look, man, I burned the letters for a reason. The teacher had an art group at the college. He asked me to show up once. Agent. An art group? Kriot. Yeah, when I got there, it was a warehouse, I guess. Private art show. There was a statue, sculpture, whatever. Fucking dolly thing. Moved when you would put a coin in it. And she was there. There because I was there. Because I told her. Because I told her it was cool. Interviewer remains silent for 1 minute. Kriot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I knew her. I don't want to, I knew her and she trusted me. And I was young and I was stupid. So fucking stupid. I wasn't told what was happening until I looked. And I should have fucking known. And she's fucking gone. She's gone. She's fucking gone because of me. Because I couldn't fucking stand it. Because I fucking left my skin. Just slunk away into myself like a fucking snake shedding its filthy, stupid, fucking rotten husk of itself. I checked out because I was a coward. She's gone, and and someone I knew had just made it. And it was fucking praised. They fucking clapped. They clapped like it was just some fucking piece of performance art. And I sat there, stupid, fucking useless me. Some fucking piece of performance... What? Watching on as it happened. After the show, they told me I was young and I just didn't understand art. The point they were trying to make. That oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't see the statue move. I'm sorry. Fuck. Ooh, I practice swearing. Interviewee remains silent for 2 minutes. Agent. I'm sorry, Mr. Kriot. Interviewee declines to respond. I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. Closing statement. Due to possible connections between Jude Kriot and the group interest AWCY, Mr. Kriot was subject to further interrogation, which failed to garner any useful intelligence. Mr. Kriot was administered a prophylactic Class B amnestic to suppress any knowledge of SCP-1168, SCP-1800, and AWCY it was known whether Mr. Kriot had knowledge of any further groups of interest at the time. Jude Kriot is now identified as POI-6870. Current evidence suggests Mr. Kriot was the creator of the object. I feel like I started to get better at reading towards the end there. 1 second, I'm just gonna adjust again. I'm back. Yeah, I've even bought a silly little BGM. Hope it's playing alright. Checked earlier, but you know, maybe something changed. And that took 20 minutes? How long did that take? 16 minutes. My mic on? Okay, good. Jesus Christ. I should check that first. Okay, let's read another random one. Hopefully there's less dashes. I'm gonna use less dashes. SCP-1354. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. All instances of SCP-1354 are to be contained in food-grade airtight plastic containers at Sector 28. Each instance is to undergo psychiatric evaluation at least once per year. Description: SCP-1354 is the collective designation for 12 250 milliliter volumes of soup stock, designated SCP-1354-1 through 11. Despite their age, instances of SCP-1354 show no signs of spoilage and have proven edible. Additionally, instances of SCP-1354 are exothermic, maintain a constant temperature of 37 degrees Celsius, and have shown no signs of evaporation. Instances of SCP-1354 are capable of written responses to verbal communication via the manifestation of letter-shaped pasta. Unless otherwise prompted, responses will remain on the surface of SCP-1354 for 3 to 4 minutes, before submerging and vanishing. For interview purposes, instances of SCP-1354 are to remain intact. Intact defined as maintaining a volume greater than 245 mils. While removal of less than 5 mils has no effect on SCP-1354 and will regenerate within 24 hours, the removal of larger volumes appear to cause confusion, psychosis, and incoherent responses in SCP-1354 instances. Attempts at diluting SCP-1354 above 250 milliliters with additional fluids result in SCP-1354 absorbing the additional liquid and maintaining a constant volume. Each instance of SCP-1354 appears to contain the consciousness from one of several dozen individuals reported missing from Redacted, Oregon between the dates of April 7th, 19 Redacted, and what was that? February 16th, 20 Redacted. All missing individuals corresponding to instances of SCP-1354 share several characteristics, most notably age, between 30 and 35, and status as the head of a single-parent household. See Interview Log 1354-001. The whereabouts of children of SCP-1354 instances, as well as additional redacted missing persons believed to correspond to uncontained instances, remain unknown. SCP-1354 was brought to Foundation attention after persistent rumors of talking soup began circulating in local homeless shelters and soup kitchens. Further investigation led to the procurement of this instance, as well as further 11 instances of SCP-1354, obtained during a recent canned food drive. Class B amnestics were administered to all witnesses. Interview Log SCP-1354-001. Dr. F. SCP-1354-1. Can you hear me? SCP-1354-1. Yes, who are you? Dr. F. My name is Dr. F. I'd like to ask you some questions about your current state, if that's alright. SCP-1354-1. My current state? Dr. F. Yes, do you recall events that occurred on April 15th, 20 redacted? Note the date of SCP-1354-1's disappearance. -1. Normal day. New guy in soup kitchen. Creepy. Dr. F. What was wrong with him? -1. Talked to food. Sang to it. Listened to it. Complained it was illiterate. Told him it was food. Just eat it and be happy. Dr. F. What happened afterwards? -1. Said I was rude. Said he hoped my little girl would grow up with manners. Scared me. Dr. F. Why did that scare you? -1. No one there knows I have a daughter. Dr. F. Interesting. Anything else happened that day? -1. No. Went home. Went to sleep. Woke up. Everything was like this. Dr. F. Like what? -1. Wet. Dark. Still. Dr. F. Thank you. That will be all. -1. Wait. Is my girl okay? Dr. F. Your daughter's whereabouts are currently unknown. She went missing the same day you. Note, letters begin to appear on the surface quickly enough for SCP-1354-1 to boil. SCP-1354-1 missing? It was him. He took my daughter. Do something, please. You have to do something. You have to... This interview is over. I'm feeling better about this reading. Hello? Let's read another one. Another random one. Ooh. Containment class decommissioned. What is this? Looks new. Special Containment Procedures, archived. Presently, SCP-5559 is uncontained. MTF Lambda-14. 1-star reviewers. Is monitoring SCP-5559 and interfering with SCP-5559-1 operations when necessary. Currently, the most effective method of containment is to mass review SCP-5559-1 instances and to utilize all available methods to deter the populace from investigating these locations. If necessary, false health code violations and other illegal activity may be falsely attributed to the SCP-5559-1 instances. The current goal regarding SCP-5559 is to locate POI-3737 Ethan and convince him to cease SCP-5559 operation and relocate to strictly anomalous locales. Shut down all operations regarding his business, effectively decommissioning SCP-5559, see Addendum 5559.1 and Decom Proposal 5559. Description archived. SCP-5559 is a phenomenon in which SCP-5559-1 instances will spontaneously appear across the United States. SCP-5559 itself is self-containing and the generation of SCP-5559-1 instances is generally unacknowledged. SCP-5559-1 instances are small restaurant outlets named Ethan's Eateries. Each SCP-5559-1 instance spontaneously appears with existing staff and requires no setup between manifestation and opening. Each SCP-5559-1 instances serves a wide variety of anomalous foodstuffs, a complete list of which is available upon request. Addendum 5559.1. Shortly after the discovery of SCP-5559, Captain Anton Daniels of Lambda-14 received a request from GOI-116, Ambrose Restaurants, to discuss SCP-559 with Chaz Ambrose, founder of the group. Notably, Lambda-14 had interacted with Ambrose Restaurants previously, albeit mostly with conflicting interests at hand. Daniels, evening, Chaz. Ambrose, Anton, it's been a while. Daniels, what do I owe the pleasure? Ambrose, I'm gonna cut to the chase here. You've heard of Ethan's Eateries, yes? Daniels, Now, I'm sure you want them contained, right? Kept out of sight from public, but letting that operate in places like Portland's or whatever. Daniels, right. Ambrose, I know it's not your MO, but I'm willing to work with you on this if we can find some way to get rid of them completely. Daniels, let me guess, they're cutting in on your business? Ambrose, bingo. I want them gone even more than you do. They have restaurants popping up everywhere, popping up every other day. They're sticky fingers all across America, all across the States. Anomalous food has always been my thing, but whoever this Ethan fellow is, he's draining all my patrons. Daniels, right. So why should we work with you on this? Ambrose, couple reasons. First, I'm motivated. I'm in it for me. But we have the same goals. Second, I have contacts, resources, and a reputation. We both know the Foundation isn't very well liked. We won't be able to get some places or reach some people. Daniels, okay. Is that all you wanted to tell me? Ambrose, I guess so. Daniels, well, I'll bring it up with my superiors, but I think we can handle this on our own. Ambrose, look, I'm willing to cut a deal with you guys. What's something I can do for you? A few moments of silence. Daniels, I might have an idea. I'll run it by my superiors first, but it might make it worth it on our end. Ambrose, I'm listening. Daniels, if we get rid of Ethan's business entirely, you'll provide both assistance to the operation. But you'll also have to cut your own business operations. Ambrose, what do you mean? Daniels, I'm suggesting that you restrict your operations to purely anomalous locales. Ambrose, that would be a big shift for us, and I'm not sure how Marius would feel about it. Daniels, it might not be such a big change, honestly. It's where you mostly run away. What? It's where you mostly run anyway. And when you do try to spread out, it always results in not unnecessary conflict with folks like us or the GOC. It's easier for us, and it's easier for both of you guys. Ambrose, well, I'm interested. Stands up and sticks out a hand. I'll take it to Marius, but I think we can outline an agreement. Daniels takes hand and shakes it. Might be nice to actually work with my favorite restaurant for a change, eh? Ambrose, and nice to work with my favorite task force. Can I adjust again 1 second? I'm back. I need to invest in a desk. Sitting in my bed right now. Okay. Following the interview, Captain Daniel submitted a proposal to the decommissioning department. SCP Object Decommissioning Proposal Form. Item number SCP-559. Am I muted? No? Okay, we're good. Item number SCP-5559, Object Class Keter. Head Researcher, Dr. Aiden Reyes. Supporting Personnel, Captain Anton Daniels, representing MTF Lambda-14, 1-star reviewers. A. Farrell, representing Foundation Treasury and Finance Department. Ooh, sorry. Please check off or fill in any applicable boxes regarding the reasoning for submitting your proposal. Excessively high risk of lifted veil scenario. Excessive danger. Ability to decom a Polyon class object. Expense. Ethical concerns over necessary containment. Legal concerns. High risk of K-class scenario? If so, please state which types. Other, please state, should we agree to decommission SCP-5559, Chaz Ambrose and Marius of GOI 116 Ambrose Restaurants have agreed to rescind their operations from the non-anomalous community, as well as assist in containment neutralization of SCP-5559 in return for the decommissioning of SCP-5559. Captain Daniels, Chaz Ambrose, Marius. Summary. Admittedly, SCP-5559 would not normally present a significant enough risk for us to consider decommissioning outright. However, not only does it still remain an incredibly high chance of lifting the veil, third-party organizations Ambrose Restaurants has agreed to both assist in neutralization as well as cease their own operations that represent a threat to normalcy, in exchange for decommissioning of SCP-5559. This opportunity is clearly a beneficial one, and should be taken, in my opinion. Captain Daniels. The decommissioning proposal was signed and approved by Director Bold, and an agreement was written outlining the conditions of both SCP Foundation and Ambrose Restaurants in the joint operations. A full transcript of the agreement is available upon request. Addendum 5559.2 Project JamCon. Following the agreement with Ambrose Restaurants, the multi-step project known as JamCon was devised in order to neutralize Ethan's Eateries and by extension SCP-5559. Phase 1, Operation Telephone. A high-ranking Ambrose employee with proof of employment by Ambrose Restaurants was sent to the instance of SCP-5559-1 to try and find a contact line with the owners of Ethan's Eateries. The employee was under the guise of a former and disgruntled Ambrose employee, codenamed Ronald King, hoping to sell trade secrets to Ethan's Eateries. King, excuse me, sir. Employee, how may I help you? King, is there any way I could speak to your management, please? Employee, sir, you could at least try our food before you make a complaint. King, I'm not here to make a complaint, ma'am. I'm actually hoping to speak to corporate. Employee, oh, my bad then. I'll grab our manager. King, no worries. You seem pretty frustrated anyway. What's going on? Employee, just bureaucracy, PR, all that. I swear we're just getting trolls. All sorts of random folks keep leaving one-star reviews on the place. Nobody's wanting to come here. And now we're getting a surprise inspection? King, yeah, that sounds rough. Employee, sorry, just venting. I'll get the manager. My bad. You can have a seat while you wait. Is there anything you'd like? King, well, I was just looking at your menu. May I try your Sahara Spring and maybe some cutesy cake, please? Employee, sure thing. King sits at table after a few minutes. His meal is delivered. Employee, manager's just making a phone call. He'll be out in a few. After a few minutes, a man sits down across from King. King, are you the manager? Manager, that I would be. What can I do for you? King, I'm actually hoping to contact your corporate branch or your owner. Manager, you talking about Ethan? King, yes I am. Sips Sahara Spring. Sorry, do you have some water? Manager, should have read the description, pal. Just a little joke. Just makes you even more thirsty. King, it's certainly interesting. Manager, sure is. You know the best part? It just means they buy more drinks from us. King, that is the business strategy. Manager, it still tastes good. I see you got some cutesy cake. Give it a shot. Got that recipe right from JGT. King, JGT? Manager, don't know what it is either. But they know how to bake a cake. Go on, have a bite. King takes a forkful of cake, then gags. Holy, is that just straight sugar? Manager, you get used to it. Then you'll start tasting the strawberries and stuff. King, I have to say, a lot of your operations seem mildly unethical, or at least manipulative. Manager shrugs. It's just business, partner. King, well, I'm not here to complain. Manager, yes, you wanted to talk to Ethan, I think. I can help you. Though I know he might not have time. The man must be working constantly. You know the saying, busy as a butterfly. King, you mean, never mind. Would you know how to contact him or his headquarters? Manager. Oh yeah, he was in his office in New York, I think. Might I ask what this is all about? King, I'm from Ambrose Restaurants, actually. Manager, really? King. Well, I don't work for them anymore. They're downsizing pretty heavily. Actually, I could go on and on about how crappy it is that I got fired. But the end result is, if I can't beat them, I'll join them. Manager. Oh, well, I'm glad you're interested. We need all the help we can get. It's been hectic lately. The Foundation's been on our back constantly. No room for growth at all. And I know Ambrose is pissed that we're taking his customers. King. Yeah, he's losing more than just customers now. King. Ooh, do tell. King. Ambrose has his own secrets, and you really thought that I'd just take all this lying down? Pass his sheet of paper to the manager. Manager, is that one of Ambrose's original recipes? Yes. There's plenty more where that came from. Manager. Well. Fellow man of business. King. I assume Ethan's gonna be interested in this? Manager. Oh, I'm sure he will. King. Wonderful. Why is everything pink? Manager. That would be the cake. Don't worry, it'll wear off. King. Holy, you know what? Just give me the address. Adjusting again. Can't find a comfortable way to hold this mic. I need a mic arm. I need a desk first, don't I? Okay, continue reading. King received an address for Ethan's headquarters, allowing Project JamCon to proceed into the second phase. Phase 2, Operation Tablecloth. Unit 1 of MTF Lambda 14, along with Chaz Ambrose, Marius, and Ronald King, were sent to the given address with the goal of detaining Ethan and halting his operations. Daniels, stay sharp, we don't know what we're dealing with here. Ambrose, the man's a chef, Daniels, and not a very good one. I don't see what we have to worry about. The party enters the entrance hall of the building, which is unlit. Immediately the doors shut behind them and the lights turn on, revealing multiple armed guards around the perimeter of the room. Marius, huh? Daniels, nice going, Ambrose. A man emerges from a pair of doors on the other side of the room, wearing a chef's outfit. Ambrose, Ethan, I presume. Ethan, that's right. Welcome to my office. Daniels, a bit unwelcoming to visitors, to be honest. Ethan, oh please. Some guys come in from Ambrose with a pathetic sob story about revenge, and I'm supposed to just think that everything's cool? King, hey, they came up with that plan, not me. Ethan, but I'm glad to have you. Well, the Foundation I don't need, but whatever. But Ambrose and Marius claps hands. Well, you're the ones who've really been causing problems for me. Ambrose, we're the ones? We were here first. You're the ones causing problems. Ethan, oh, I'm not denying it. But that's just business. Which is why I have to kill you, I'm afraid. Daniels, wait, what? That's a pretty quick escalation. Ethan, I mean, I have to cut out the competition with Ambrose and Marius out of the picture. Their company will just fall apart, leaving me with a monopoly that he used to have. Daniels, and the rest of us has to die because... Ethan, you're bothering me almost as much as them. Speaking of which, you're still bothering me, so I'm afraid the time for talking is... Ambrose, wait. Ethan, I just said we're done talking. What do you want? Ambrose, you'll like this. Hold on. Turns on Marius, two of them whispering for a few moments. I have a better idea. Ethan, a better idea than just killing you and moving all competitions and interference? Ambrose, a contest. Bake-off. Daniels, you have to be joking. Ethan, I agree with that guy. What on earth are you even talking about? Ambrose, hear me out. The two of us have a bake-off at the Portland Stadium. I win, I get all your assets, locations, and whatever. If you win, you get all mine. Ethan, that sounds like a far more risky option for me. Ambrose, what if you just kill me? Everything stays the same for you. But if you win the contest, you get to take all my restaurants, employees, recipes, marketing, money, and so on. Ethan, there's still a high chance of losing from me. Ambrose, well, not if you're as great as you think you are. If you're really the better chef, then you should be able to win, right? A few moments of silence. Okay, I'll bite. Oh, Ethan. Okay, I'll bite. Marius. Really? Ethan. I mean, you're right. I am the better chef, so I'll easily win. Daniels, so you're letting us go? Ethan, I mean, for now, but I expect to see you in, what? But I expect to see you in 3 Portlands on. What? Let's say Saturday at noon. Oh, gotta keep reading. Ambrose, sure, great. Ethan, awesome, see you on Saturday. Ethan claps his hands once and the lights turn off. The party exits the building. Ambrose, so, Daniels, you any good in the kitchen? Phase 3, unplanned. The following Saturday, Ambrose, Marius, and Unit 1 of MTF Lambda 14 traveled to the 3 Portland Stadium for the bake-off. The 2 contestants were supplied with various ingredients, both anomalous and non-anomalous, in order to create their dishes. Captain Daniels, Ambrose, and Marius are on one side of the stadium at a large cooking station. Ethan and 2 other individuals are located at the other end of their own station. Daniels, so how does this work exactly? Ambrose, haven't done one of these in a while. Daniels, wait, you mean this is an actual thing that people do? You've done this before? Marius, oh yeah, there's a committee and everything. Daniels, so are there rules? Marius, see that panel over there? Joins the table of 5 individuals sitting behind it. Those are the judges, basically. Anything is fair game here, as long as you keep to your own station. The judges each rate your dish out of 10 after the 2 hours. Make sense? Daniels, that's all? Ambrose, it's a bake-off. What else do you need? Daniels, fair enough. People begin entering the stadium after several minutes. A woman walks up to the podium. Announcer, welcome all. Today we have a special show for you all. Crowd applauds. Our guest tonight, I'm sure you've seen him around, but he's just getting started. Please welcome Ethan from Ethan's Eateries. Ethan stands up and bows. Crowd cheers and applauds loudly. Announcer, and as for our other competitor, he needs no introduction from me. Put your hands together for Shaz Ambrose. Ambrose stands up and waves to the crowd, which starts chanting his name and applauding. Daniel, someone's a fan favorite. Announcer, let's go over the rules real quick. The contestants have 2 hours to make their dishes, with help from 2 partners, after which the judges will taste and score them. Whoever has the highest score wins the other's company. Let's bring the contestants up here, shall we? Ambrose and Ethan both walk up to the table in front of the podium. The announcer sets a sheet of paper down. Announcer, now this is a totally binding contract here. A GIAS. Both of you agree to terms, yes? Like a code GIAS? Ambrose, yes. Ethan, sure do. The 2 of them sign the contract and return to their stations. Announcer, the conditions are set. The conditions are set, the contestants are ready, and the bake-off starts now. Daniels, alright, what do you want me to do? Ambrose, we're putting together a fourche bon for the main course. Grab those 2 bottles that in the table and mix them in a bowl. Marius is handling the side dishes. Just hand him anything if he needs it. Marius pulls out a measuring cup and begins mixing various ingredients. I need some sugar. Daniels pulls out a container. Here. Marius, to the right of that, that's maic salt. Right there. The sugar. Daniels gives the container of sugar to Marius and starts mixing ingredients in the bowl. Daniels, how are you sure we'll win this? Ambrose, trust me, he can't win. There's one thing a great chef must have, and Ethan doesn't have it. Daniels, how are you sure he doesn't have it? What is it anyways? Ambrose, you'll see. For now, just stay concentrated. Ambrose pours an unknown mixture into his pot, causing it to briefly distort space-time above it. Keep up the good work. Extraneous logs redacted for brevity. Announcer. Time. Put everything down. Let's start with Ethan. What do you have? Ethan, the main course, we have Brimmerlick leg sauteed in anti-mimetic Shrell sauce. The sauce itself is forgotten, but combined with the leg's taste is nullified, leaving a strong yet appealing taste. Our side dishes consist of a non-Euclidean fruit rings topped with a simple sweet onion sauce, and prismatic oil poured over an invisible pasta, forming the illusion of suspended liquid shaped into a sort of web. Marius curses. Daniels, what's wrong? Marius, that's one of our dishes. He stole our recipe. Ambrose, patience. It only helps us. Announcer, very interesting. Now let's come over to Ambrose's station. What have you prepared? Ambrose, for our main course, this is a strawberry pastry of the Forche Bon style. Now you'll notice that the pastry itself is slightly shaking, which is the result of a small animation enhancement, similar to Golem's. It's not sentient, and I promise it won't lay eggs inside of you. Crowd chuckles. But it does allow for an enhancement in the actual texture of the meal, an aspect of dining not often focused on. It's frosted with vanilla and Orshek cream. As for our side dishes, you can see we've placed a ring of gelatin cubes around the dish, which is actually one cube consisting of existing simultaneously around and centered upon the plate itself. And we have a temporal salad made from lettuce, tomatoes, and cleamic cheese. Cleamic? After eating a bite, you'll be taken a few seconds into the future. Announcer. Well, these are a pair of very fancy dishes we have, but it's up to the judges to decide which one is better. Ethan, please give yours to the judge for scoring. Ethan walks to the panel and puts his plate in front of the judges, who each taste a small amount of each course. After a few moments, the judges write on dry erase boards and hold them up. Scores 6, 7, 5, 8, 6. Announcer. Ethan comes out with a decent score of 32. But let's see what Ambrose has to offer. Ambrose. Not too bad. Not too bad. Ambrose walks to the panel and gives the judges his dish. They sample his meal and reveal their score. 9, 8, 7, 9, 8. Announcer. And Ambrose comes out with a score of 41, making him the winner. Crowd cheers and applause wildly. Ambrose and Marius hug each other and laugh. Ethan. Impossible. Crowd dies down. Ethan. I did everything right. I even used a recipe, crowd gasps. Oh, shut up, you lot. There's no rules against it. But I was using a tried and true recipe while you guys slapped something together on the spot. Ambrose, oh please, Ethan, did you really think I'd just leave all my best recipes laying around? You may have gotten most of the instructions, but what makes my best recipes truly special? Ambrose taps his forehead, stays right up here. Crowd gasps and applauds briefly. Ambrose. You can copy my recipes all you want, but you'll never be able to recreate what makes them amazing. If I'd written out most of the disgusting details in my recipes, that's exactly what you would have made. And you would never know how to make it better. You're not a chef, and you don't know what makes a good food. Crowd applauses wildly. Ethan, fine then, take my restaurants. There's other ways to make money anyway. Daniel's, not where you're going, Ethan. I'm taking you in. Ethan, cute, but I'm not going with you, I'm afraid. Pulls out a wrapped piece of bubblegum and starts chewing. I've still learned a few tricks with food, even if you don't always eat it. Ethan blows a bubble out his gum, which pops and he vanishes. Brief silence, followed by a crowd cheering again. Daniel shakes both Ambrose's and Marius's hands. Daniel's, I guess that's it? Ambrose, we'll be sure to close down Ethan's store. I figure we can just sell the real estate for a good price. But I'm just glad to have him gone. Marius, plus we can take down that off logo. It looks like a backwards 3 humping another backwards 3. Daniels, and you guys will keep your end of the bargain? Marius, we're men of our words, Daniels, but... Daniels, Marius. I'm kidding. We'll keep it on the down low, but I'm sure we'll each see each other again. Daniels, I still don't trust you two. Ambrose, then everything's back to normal, I suppose. Daniel, it would seem so, although I don't think we've seen the last of our dear friend Ethan. Following Ambrose's restaurant's acquisition of Ethan's eateries, SCP-5559 has ceased and SCP-5559-1 instances have been decommissioned. POI 3737 Ethan remains at large. think I'll read one more. I think an hour of reading feels good. Wait. Oh, 1 second. Take a drink. Okay, last SCP. Item number. Or, I guess last SCP of the night. Item number. SCP-3858. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Until each time where a permanent containment solution has been established, Foundation web crawlers have been set up to detect and remove links to SCP-3858 on publicly visible websites. SCP-3858 is... Oh god. It's annoying to read. Created by civilians should be confiscated and incinerated. Any .lmb files deleted from the computer and the civilian amnestized. Description: SCP-3858 is an anomalous file-sharing network named Hugbox, formerly available at the URL http://beararms.write.2. Prior to Foundation intervention, the front page of SCP-3858's website advertises an end-to-end organic encryption. This is believed to refer to the primary anomalous property of SCP-3858, where it converts all files by the user into an anomalous format with extension .lmb. At the time of writing, only one application known to the Foundation is capable of viewing .lmb files, namely the web-based client for SCP-3858 itself. Attempting to open .lmb files with any other application results in the secondary anomalous effect of SCP-3858 manifesting, namely the creation of multiple objects resembling human arms, designated SCP-3858-A, in the immediate vicinity of the user. The quantity of SCP-3858-A instances manifested is proportional to that .lmb file size. SCP-3858-A instances consist of a plastic skeleton, articulated in a way similar to an actual human arm, covered with a human epidermal tissue at a thickness of 5 centimeters. They experience a large force of attraction towards the others to the user that opened the .lmb file, proportional to the distance of the user. The only known way of stopping this force of attraction is by deleting the .lmb file from the computer that opened it, killing the user, or physically destroying the SCP-3858-A instances. Recovery of SCP-3858 was initially identified by the Foundation following a routine investigation of suspected web-based anomalies by MTF-MU4 debuggers. When attempts to trace the location of SCP-3858's host proved inconclusive on the 9th of November 2015. MU5 specialist managed to secure temporary access to the root account of the host and recovered several files from other users' accounts before being locked out. Further attempts to compromise the website made by the Foundation have failed. Out of the multiple accounts accessed by MU5's task members, one account belonging to the user named GCMP4 was found to contain no .lmb files, in contrast to every other account. Fourier analysis of these files and testing with D-class subjects has shown that these files are similar in content and anomalous properties to .lmb files, i.e. when opened with an incorrect application, these files cause objects to manifest in the physical vicinity of the user. However, SCP-3858's web client is incapable of previewing these files and activates their anomalous properties, as with their incorrect application. I don't know if I want to read these. Should I read them? May as well. File name, inu_model.bdy. Object manifested. 17 fur-covered Canis familiaris skull models constructed out of plastic. Unlike .lmb files, no anomalous force of attraction has been observed to act on these objects. File name, doggo_wip.body. A singular disembodied Canis familiaris head of similar appearance to the models produced by the inu model.body file. Unlike those models, the head possesses all the expected anatomical features: eyes, blood, vessels, etc. File name, arm_patch.bdy. Several detached human arms of undetermined origin, again with non-anomalous physiological features, like other .lmb files. These arms are anomalously attracted to the user who opens the files. Unlike these files, the arms are inanimate, sporadically moving their fingers as if to grip an object and bending at the elbow. File name, isolation.bdy. Object manifested. A large bundle of myelin fibers and blood vessels. The object is partially animate and occasionally moves by sporadically contracting and expanding in the direction of movement. File name, universal_donor_finished.bdy. A 7.9 liter solid composed... What? 7.9 liter? L? Solid composed of entirely O-negative human blood, frozen at -79°C at the time of manifestation. Of note is that on 14th of June 2009, the log of anomalous events records a series of 38 blood donations being made simultaneously by the same individuals across the southwestern United States. All official records of this event name the blood donor in question as Miss Blaze Burnham, indicating possible modification on the part of SCP-2586. As an attempt to conceal the user's identity. Further investigation is ongoing. Well, that was the last one. I feel like I made some good progress. Still want to try to end these. So I'll just say goodnight. And end it.